Tonight, a train derailment in Monroe County still causing problems for people who live near the tracks. 4 cars derailed after a semi-truck failed to stop at the railroad crossing and hit a train. This is a look of the damage from ground level.
But Frank, the scene from above shows an even really bigger mess. 13 WMAZ drone video shows the scope of the derailment. You can see the train cars off the rails, crews on the ground, and a cleanup that could take some time. You can also see what looks like cargo and even pieces of train far away from the 4 cars that derailed. Tonight, we now know what caused the derailment and how long it could impact roads and rail crossings in the area. Jasmine Lee is live near the scene tonight. Jasmine, what are you seeing now?
Yeah, Frank and Lori, just like you just said, it is still looking pretty busy out here. I think we're seeing about 100 crew members out here still actively working. Now, within the past 2 hours, we did see that train kind of move past us, but you can still see some of that damage. You know, as I said, crews are still working on it, but we are told the driver saw the crossing arms down and the train coming, but couldn't stop in time. That driver is 44-year-old Keno Bennett from Florida. He says he tried to brake and swerve, but that caused the tractor trailer to flip and hit the train. Now, that impact did cause 4 train cars to derail, according to Norfolk Southern. They say the cars were carrying packaged goods, including one with items like lithium batteries. Officials say those items were not damaged, so there is no fire risk at this time. Norfolk Southern also tells us that 1 rail car landed on a propane tank staged nearby, but they say it has since been safely removed from the site. Now, Frank and Lori, earlier today, we did talk to the Whistle Stop Cafe, workers working there, and they did support crews by giving out lunch.
Everything looked great as usual. The first responders and our community for Monroe County, as well as the railroad, they always take care of everything so quickly. So we're just here to check on everyone and support everyone. But they've done a great job.
Now, Frank and Lori, no injuries were reported, and the sheriff's office is still actively investigating. We're live in Monroe County. Jasmine Lee, 13 WMAZ News.
Thank you, Jasmine. The truck driver now facing charges including drug possession and driving without a valid license.
That derailment is causing some problems in a town already familiar with railroad crossing concerns. Carmen Brown spoke with some neighbors about the impact of that derailment and how they're responding.
Neighbors here in Juliette tell me trains had actually been getting better about not blocking railroad crossings for long. But Wednesday morning, that changed in a big way. Now, with crews still working to clear this train derailment behind me, people are once again having to deal with detours and taking extra time to get around this.
Look bad, real bad, from what I've seen. I've not seen one that bad down there in a long time.
And for those who live and work near these tracks, the scene brings back a familiar frustration.
It's an inconvenience for sure, and you don't know when it's going to happen.
But Wednesday, that inconvenience came with a much bigger mess. For Josh Weber, who lives nearby, a blocked crossing can mean being late to work or worse, waiting on help that can't get through.
I've sat for 2 hours waiting for the train to move. Just because I was coming another 100 yards this direction, I didn't want to go all the way around.
Down the road at Juliette Bait and Tackle, the morning rush looked a little different, with crews and trucks arriving as cleanup got underway.
Everywhere the roads are jammed with all the Norfolk Southern people trying to get it fixed back on the rail.
And for years, folks in Juliette have told us that Norfolk Southern trains blocked the Juliette crossing, causing detours and public safety concerns. But on Wednesday, locals told us the railroad has been responsive lately. Weber even says Norfolk Southern has tried to work around local events, keeping the crossing clear and traffic moving.
They try, and when I've had to deal with them, I've been very impressed with the way that the Norfolk Southern treated me.
Both men say the derailment is an unexpected headache for the city of Juliette, but they hope crews can clear the roads and get traffic moving soon. Reporting in Juliette, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News.
This is the second derailment in Monroe County in the past year. The other one happened back in December.